What is going on, Shy? It is your boy. Back with another video. Now in today's video, welcome to the first video on Diabeto Cinema, where your boy is gonna be talking about episodes, movie reviews, and all that goodness. I love to watch TV, and I figured I would start talking about the shows and everything I'm watching, because your boy is kind of up to date on watching TV, movies, and all that. So I figured I would do my reaction / tell y'all my opinions and all that goodness. And what better to start it off with the South Park post-COVID episode. Now, it was like a 48-minute, like an hour-long special. And I can't lie, y'all, I got a lot of thoughts, I got a lot of opinions, and I can't lie, the one thing I want to say before we get into this video a little bit more in depth is I see what you did there, South Park. I see what you did. But yeah, now that I fully officially said that, let's just get straight into this video a little bit more in depth and talk about this whole episode and how your boy felt about it. Now, like I said, I see what they was doing there, South Park. Y'all ain't slick like that, but I do appreciate what you guys were doing, because I am not brave enough to say exactly what points they were trying to reach there and try to say. But South Park definitely was not afraid to say / show what we are all thinking / what most people in the world may be thinking right now. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not as brave as them, where I won't say what exactly they were talking about. But South Park, salute to you, because that shit was for real and I respect it, I can't lie. And definitely having that aspect to the show definitely added a little bit of like seriousness to it that I can't lie was all through the episode. Now, before I get into this, tell y'all a little bit more about what happened in this episode, I just gotta keep it 100 with y'all. I've waited years to see what these people / the South Park gang and all the rest of the community would look like once they grown up. Like, for real, I've been waiting for it. I used to search up like images online of fake shit, and I can't lie, I used to think it was real and cool, and I love it. I love that they finally brought that to reality. My mind is blown. I love seeing it. It's definitely not what I was expecting either, but it's funny as fuck. Now, this episode, in my opinion, is like a serious episode. It is funny, it has funny ass aspects, but I feel like it's just reaching for something bigger than what most people can understand. I feel like this episode is actually just speaking for people that can't speak right now, and at the time of them dropping it, it's perfect time in my opinion. This episode is serious, has funny aspects to it, because of course it's South Park, the shit's funny as a motherfucker, but it has a real serious aspect to it that definitely hit me harder than that episode when they killed off Kenny back in the days, like years ago, when Kenny died in the hospital and then they brought him back through Cartman drinking him thinking he was Nesquik, blah blah blah. That episode, that hit me really hard. And this episode, can't lie to y'all, hit harder and was way more serious than that one that I just previously said. And I can't lie, I cried that episode, because I'm a real I love Kenny, and I cried that episode. But this episode was way more serious and hit harder than that episode. Alright, to sum shit up, all the boys broke up before this episode, and of course this is like a couple years into the future. So we find out that Kenny's like a millionaire scientist, which, if you ask me, I could not have seen at all. But Kenny is a future millionaire scientist who is eventually killed again. They killed Kenny, you fucking bastards. Now, who exactly killed Kenny? I don't know. That's the whole plot of this story, to figure out who killed Kenny and why. And I can't lie, Stan's living like a bum. His only friend's a fucking Alexa that is alive, and that's sad to see. Kyle, I have no idea what's really going on with him, except he's just stuck in the town and he seems to be happy. Now, Cartman of all people had the biggest fucking plot twist / change of the life. Now, if you know Cartman, him and you know, Kyle never got along because of one specific reason, and that was because he was Jewish. Now, don't get mad at me, that's just a cartoon. Now, Cartman in the future is a Jewish rabbi, as I believe he said, and has a Jewish wife and like 3 kids that have literally like actual like Bible names that I believe. I could be totally wrong, and if I'm wrong, I apologize for that. But the biggest fucking plot twist ever, Cartman becomes a rabbi, a Jewish rabbi. That shit was crazy to see. When I saw that shit, I can't lie to y'all, my jaw dropped. I was like, these motherfuckers really hit us with this shit. That was a plot twist that was not expected, and definitely did add a little aspect to it, especially with the jokes between them and Kyle. How Kyle doesn't think that Cartman was serious about this, that he thinks he's just literally doing this to say a big fuck you, Kyle. But I don't know, low-key I believe this Cartman loves this family, and it was all actually genuine, and I'll get a little bit into that a little bit more. But yeah, like I said, all the boys are kind of doing their own thing, but they all come together to figure out who killed the fucking Kenny, because Kenny was researching into something big, something bright, and something that somebody did not want to get out, apparently. Like I said, apparently the whole plot was to figure out who killed Kenny and who actually started COVID. Now, I might get demonetized for saying that word, but fuck it. It's part of the episode, so whatever. And yeah, the whole plot was that until they figure out that Kenny was hiding something in his ass. Of course he was hiding shit in his ass. And it was a video of him basically saying what he was going back in time to change, and how he figured out time travel and all that. And then the boys figure out he was going back in time to change what happened between them. Basically, it was a big fuck you to all his friends, Cartman, Stan, Kyle. It was like a big fuck you last speech, and how they ruined everything because of their pettiness and how they just got in between, and that ruined everything. Once they broke up that friendship, everything went downhill, and Kenny was determined, even though he was like a successful person, was determined to change that and get back to having his friends. And really, that's lovely, because Kenny, you just always know he has a beautiful heart and soul, even though he's Kenny, of course, and always fucking dies and all, you know, he's just a horny bastard and all that shit. Kenny is just a genuine lover, and yeah, he just wants his friends back, and that's what you find out, even though the way you find out is funny as hell, because he's like, fuck you guys, da 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 da. And yeah, that brings us to a whole plot where Stan, Kyle, and Cartman believe that if they just get their inner child out again, that they could find a way to get back in time and go change it so Kenny can, you know, be back. They could change everything, they could be friends again, and of course it just go on and on. But they have to get into their inner child again, like they did in the old episodes. Every episode before this one, they got to get back into that mode where they have Santa and Jesus helping them, their words, not mine, where they have them just, you know, crazy adventures. And I love that they have to get into the inner child, but one person kind of does not agree with them, but he doesn't tell them to their face immediately. We find out when Cartman leaves the room, he tells his kids and his wife, we need to pack up and go, because he does not want to change his life. And like I told you, I thought he was being genuine. I did think a little bit at the one point in time that Cartman might have been doing this all along, just to say to Kyle. I did really think that, but then when I saw this, Cartman telling his family, let's go, so he can't be a part of this, so he can't help them, so they can't go back in time and change what he has going on right now. I thought that was beautiful, even though it kind of fucks up the whole plot that he was gonna help Kyle and Stan go back in time. And one huge thing, Randy, or old man Randy, found one last Tegrity plant. And this is the Tegrity plant to change everything, to save everything in Randy's mind. Now, I really don't know how that's gonna happen, but I can believe in Randy integrity for sure. And yeah, that part definitely leads to another insane, possibly part 2 to this episode, for many reasons. Of course, the time travel, to see the Cartman plot, and of course to see if Randy's integrity helps the world change and go back to goodness, and of course just better, because of course it's the future. Oh, that goodness, you know. And Randy's gonna try to save the world with his integrity. And this episode was beautiful. It wasn't my favorite, I won't lie, but I love this shit. And personally, it gets a 9 out of 10 out of rating for me, and I love it. It definitely was a good episode. It wasn't as funny as other episodes, but I love the seriousness to it, and I love the actual, you know, messages and just plots and everything going on for this episode. And the episode definitely had a lot of hard-hitting topics thrown at you and said, and I love it. South Park, y'all brave as fuck, and salute to you. This episode definitely was beautiful. I love it, and I can't wait, and / I do expect there to be the part 2, so I can't wait for that shit. And I definitely will have to peep y'all what I thought about that shit once it comes out. Hopefully South Park don't take forever for them to drop that shit, because this shit needs to be dropped immediately. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all in this first episode on Diabeto Cinema. Smash that like button and also subscribe to your boy. But that's all I got for y'all in this video. Peace.
2 block. I pop up with the Zen and I'll give a damn. Who's that? That's your little bitch, she my fan.